Hello everyone, this is xBIGALSKIx, and this is part 4, Abbott Prison Blues, on my impossible difficulty commentary walkthrough video series, playing the game The Suffering. Now this came out on the original Xbox back in 2004, I might have said that earlier. There is no Xbox One update like there was for my Hunter the Reckoning series, so I am playing this on the 360. It might pull the graphics just a little bit better, but at the end of the day, it's more about the fun gameplay than it is, you know, that it looks so fabulous. And I mean, I really wish that they would remake the game with updated graphics and sound. I bet it would be, you know, really cool. So on this part, you know, maybe on the other levels or even on this one, I could have pushed that box back and then kept Dallas you know, in that room and then, you know, protect him later. But just with all the stuff that's going to happen, you know, I want to go ahead and have him come with me. So again, we're going to be exploring all the areas where we need to or not. There's some, yeah, be careful. Sometimes there's some surprises. And also, I think in some of these stalls, like I had said earlier, there might be maps or you know, other weapons or ammo you might need. So it's always beneficial, especially on the harder difficulty, to pick up, you know, everything you can.
Oh, fuck! What the? It's like what they did to Byron. Huh. God damn, looks like these things kill their own too. Fuck yeah! I found the gap. I don't feel so naked now. I won't be able to smoke them like you can, but I got your back.
So I look back at my, you know, the little book that came with the game explaining everything. It had a lot of cool information. I actually missed the instruction manuals that came with the games back then, how everything was kind of detailed out and the process that they did to, you know, it really just enhanced the gaming experience, looking through everything. Of course, now you can do everything online. But it didn't have the names of the enemies. You know, I thought it might have. On the archive section of the main menu, if you've, you know, beat everything, found all the items that you can find, there's a, like, Clem's book in Consuelo, I believe that's her name. She has a book, and you can scroll through them, and it'll give some detailed information about the enemies. The ones with the swords, they're called Slayers, that you just saw. And then the little baby thing that jumped on it, it's so creepy. But they're called Mainliners. So anyway, once we get to different names, they're actually really simple. But this section right here,
shit, man,
you could run through it.
Keep our heads up in here.
And, you know, like I'm going in there to just kind of double check if there's things in there. But you could actually run down, open this control area, and one thing I run past, if I'd gone on the other side, there's actually a guy in the cell that wants you to, you know, keep him in there. So that's either the good or the bad. If you lock the cell, it's good. If you don't lock the cell, it's the bad. But again, you could run past a lot of this, open the control room door, press the button, and move on. But since we're going to fight everything, you want to, like I said, just take your time, let them come out until there's no more.
Fucking government, fucking experiment, fucking bullshit! Watch out!
Now when you do kill these mainliners, they produce like a gas that's toxic, and you'll see it, it'll be green, like right there, and if you go through that, it will damage your health. And that guy that I was talking about is just to the right, or straight ahead, right at that, where that mainliner was.
yeah. Now if those freaks stop coming, there's gotta be damn gates open.
Attention, T-Block officers. This is Hargrave.
You know what I just realized? I'm the only brother I ever heard of who actually made it out of Abbott before their bid was up.
Last, we shall cleanse
Boy,
this
man, I beat him.
of the filth that infests it.
I might have missed picking up that map behind me. He looked at it one time, but see, there's the guy. If you go in there,
Get away from me!
he asks you to shut the gates. But I could have ran straight into that, pushed the button, and left the area on that side right there. But there is, once you pull the switch, it unlocks this gate. And this is actually kind of a shortcut through the level. And this is something that I wanted to show. If you didn't want to mess with all the stuff that's coming up,
Nowhere to hide, inmate!
There's
Time's
an
up.
old
you
abandoned
can
sign
shoot this
on the
fuse
outside.
box.
Maybe that's what the government been doing.
So now you could run
experiments,
across.
turning the inmates into those
You're going to have the enemy, or some of the enemies come out.
Mary Shelley. That shit don't ever work out.
And again, those guys are called Slayers. But you could go out that door right there, and then that is the other side of the yard, the recreation yard, I believe is what it's called. So you could skip all this section coming up. I mean, I've said it a few times, and that's one section that I hated playing during the game. I mean, I just hated it. This shower scene with all the, the enemies that are going to pop up. So when we get to that point, we'll talk about it. But don't forget to explore around and just, pick up the supplies as needed.
When are you gonna let me
Never were my
out?
dad. Not really.
Now the flares, I really don't use them much. I think I've talked about it a little bit, but they're good for about, I guess, 20 to 30 seconds to light up an area, but they will go out. Now, you have a flamethrower that you can make and use, and you'll need a flare to do that. But I think I left a map in there.
Get away from me! You're just gonna bring him here!
Twice I felt trapped, T. I just had to get out. The first time I didn't want conjugal visits. The second, I just wasn't ready to give up my own life, my chance at a career. I regret both times. You've been trapped your whole life, T. You've got to be strong to be free.
So that's a Slayer too, or this guy right here, but he's more of a I don't know exactly what he's called. I don't think he's just a regular Slayer. I thought I saw a video one time where somebody called him by a different name. But again, for these purposes right here, it's just a Slayer. But yeah, in that room right there, I believe I left a map on the table. I mean, it's not the end of the world for me because I know where I'm going. But again, if you want a complete playthrough, like I said, take your time, walk around everything, desks, and make sure you get everything you can.
Thanks, man.
Or maybe I go back in here and pick it up. Let's see.
You're just gonna bring him here!
Yeah, there we go. So that's the good thing about taking your time and exploring. Make sure you don't miss anything that you elsewise, probably would have missed running through it. And then you find out later on, man, I really could have used that because this is a confusing area. But of course, once you get used to it, that's when you kind of do the speed run. I think I go back here and make sure I pick up, because I know I have some Zombium bottles, I believe. And on this next section coming up, you know, I felt that I would need it. So I went through, filled up, you know, I have the max that I can, and then in these showers, because I know I'm probably not going to be going back there for a while, so I might as well pick it up while I can. Again, I always turn on the light. I'm scared of the dark, I guess. This is where I wish I'd kind of pulled up the map so you can see. But this shower, these showers, it's really, you can get turned around and confusing. And these mainliner babies come out. And they come out a lot. And they can surround you. And from what I've seen, and again, I could be wrong, I never could kill them all. So I don't know if they just keep respawning because of the area, or I didn't give it. And this is on other places. This wasn't on this playthrough. I actually decided, you know what? I spent a lot of time. I never could kill them. So you can either shoot out the extinguisher and put out the fire, or you can turn on the water right there. Again, look for the different ways that you can get through an area. Sometimes it's not always the same way, but you definitely want Dallas to come out with you, because sometimes he could get stuck. But like I said, the reason I didn't fight all the babies, that's what we call them, the mainliners, is because it just seemed to never end. And I ended up running out of supplies. I ended up running out of health because they can surround you, coming around corners. You can walk into a bunch of them. And again, I could be wrong, but I was never able to kill all of them, so that's the reason why I just kind of skipped through the showers, because it was just a losing proposition. So I don't know if on some of the lower difficulties there's a set number amount, but like I said, I tried this multiple times and they just kept coming. So this was the one, you know, one of the two fights that I probably wouldn't or didn't finish. And again, I could be wrong on that, but maybe after all this is over with, I'll go back to the shower scene and put out and see if I can kill them all on the impossible level. I know the last time I played through it, I killed them. And the other part of that too is, you know, while you're fighting these guys and these mainliners are coming out and they're attacking Dallas, you really would want to keep him through the whole level. And you know, if they're slowly chipping away at his health, you know, and he dies, I mean, obviously you can make it through without him, but it's a lot easier with him. So I try to make more of a concerted effort to really aim at their heads. I still suck at it. You know, I've just never been a good headshot person or bow person or sniper person. I try to make a more concerted effort. And again, when their heads are off, it's harder for them to see you. Sometimes they'll attack other enemies. So that's always the advantage, to shoot their head off if you can. If you're not as, you know, bad aim like I have.
Nothing to fuck with.
So instead of coming in here, I could have went and there'll be a ladder coming up, and I could have went and lowered that ladder and, you know, gone ahead and tried to finish the level out. But again, I wanted to show, again, all the areas. And there's supposed to be some dialogue here between Dallas and these guys, but they just sit here. So they're supposed to be talking. Dallas knows those guys. I believe the guy's name is Chico, and he's like the head honcho around, and you know, all of that. So there could have been some, you know, dialogue which led to something. So I'll force that issue here. But if you remember earlier when I came around, see, here's that area where the water was. So again, I could have skipped that whole shower scene and all of that and just gone straight out through that area right here. But again, I want to show everything so people can enjoy their own playthrough and know that there's other options instead of just going straight through it. If Dallas hadn't got stuck over there, he'd be over here helping me with these guys. And again, the one good part, I mean, obviously, that was a great dodge. But obviously, you know, I'm not wasting all my bullets trying to kill all these guys if he's over here. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but still, you know, if I can save 20 or 30 bullets in a big fight and not maybe take the damage I'm taking, you know, I'll take it. So I'm going to try to lure these guys over here and see if they will start shooting at these guys. And of course, none of that happened, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to have to initiate it myself. And again, all I had to do was shoot the guy in the head at the beginning, and I went and I shot him in the chest. So. And then I had to make sure I shot the right guy. So I hate that it didn't show some of the, you know, part of the game it's supposed to do, but anyway, there is a dialogue scene there. So I wanted to show the couple ways here. I could have jumped up on that crate, jumped up on the building, and then jumped up on this walkway here. Or you could just shoot out that one section and the ladder falls. Now, like I said before, if I was going to just kind of speed run through this, I would have either, you know, skipped the whole shower area or come out the other side and run straight to this area. And just, you know, skipped everything that I had done. Of course, that's the easier way, but you know, again, just being able to play through and enjoy. They put a lot of effort into this game, and you know, so I think, you know, playing through it one time all the way through, taking your time, is well worth it.
What the fuck was that? I can't see shit in here.
So there, whenever they jump on me, I'm just pressing the X button to, you know, knock them off, because they will stab you in the neck, and of course that's gonna, with their needles, and then that's going to do some damage. I mean, these characters are just so gross. I mean, who came up with that? Hey, let's have a baby, old baby in diapers with needles in their back that they can pull off and throw at you. I mean, that's really disgusting. It's kind of cool that they came up with that, but it's also kind of disgusting.
What the fuck is going on, man? Step off.
So after this whole big fight scene, I actually could have just came straight to that door and just left and gone down the stairs. But look how much damage all that was. I mean, I was not ready for one and just getting compounded damage. So I thought I was in really good shape, and then ended up, it's going to take me like 4 or 5 zombies to get back to full health. So again, you can skip all that if you wanted to. Just run past all of it.
You think you got it bad?
We're so fucking dead. Hargrave is such a psycho.
Shh. He'll just kill us sooner.
I think my leg's broke. I just want this to end.
Don't give him the satisfaction.
So here's another section. As soon as I came in, there's a door right there. I could go into that door there on the right. And again, skip all of this. But like I said, I want to kill everybody. You gotta watch out for Dallas, man. I don't know. I always want to call him Byron. I'm not sure. So I can shoot some of these, tanks here by the wall. But again, I've blown up Dallas before.
Yeah, what the fuck's up?
And I don't know if that stuff on the floor is like, or maybe some kind of gas or something. I mean, maybe I could throw in a flare down there and see. I don't remember seeing that earlier in the game. Or maybe if I'd thrown a flare, it would have set it on fire. Well, sometimes when you first play the game and you think, man, I finally made it through this tough area, and I went and opened that door for the first time, and he jumped on me, man, it scared the shit out of me.
This is your doctor, Doc. Need like your problem is altogether more serious than I had.
So I kind of picked a bad time to answer the phone there, but if you let it ring for a long time and don't pick it up, it will stop ringing. So I wanted to pick up and, you know, let y'all hear what Dr. Killjoy is saying.
You must come to see me soon if you ever hope.
I actually thought I was in good shape, but then no, they can still hit you. So the light's not going to work because the tank outside blew up the tanks inside, and then that blew out the light. So I kind of gave a little spoiler away. I mean, you would see it whenever I opened the door, but that's the reason sometimes you'll see me jump just in case. But again, another one of those holy shit moments whenever you open the door. Again, you think you're good, and then you're not.
Hey, you! You gotta save us!
Shh! Keep it down. He'll hear you.
Hargrave's gonna whack us.
So I will say, I mean, obviously this is a long chapter, so what I'd done, I'd actually stopped and saved my game right here at this checkpoint, and then I was going to pick it up to finish recording, you know, the video out. And right here. But whenever I picked it up to play again, I got a glitch, so I'll hold on here for a
before
second.
Hargrave gets back. You gotta cut us down.
I don't think so. My prisoners never make it out alive. The time has come to wash the scum from the earth. This is my Armageddon. Lock it down. Inmates in the gallery.
So you see that guy with the blonde hair that just ran by. Whenever I picked it up again, I couldn't kill the guy. I mean, even with the machine gun turned inside, you know, shooting straight at his head, I couldn't kill the guy. And I mean, I tried doing a lot of different things, and he just wouldn't die. So I couldn't complete this section. And since I couldn't complete the section, I had to start the whole thing over again. So when I did start the whole thing over again to get to this point, I actually skipped, you know, all the things that I showed you that you could skip. I went ahead and did that to get back to this point, because there was no point in me fighting everything to get back here when I'd already done it and got it on video. So this right here is a good place to stay. Either let the guys come down or go up. You could actually get in front of the window right there, throw a flashbang, and then shoot him in his head, and then he'll come out. Or you can drop down in this area, you know, right down here. So again, if I was better at headshots, you know, I could kill that guy faster. But now you got this guy, you know, him right here, and he seems to be focusing on Dallas more than me. And see, look, now I get stuck.
What the fuck you doing, man? Step off.
I was going to be upset if I had to start the whole thing over again, but I'm able to get out of it. But, you know, there's two options that you can kill him. I mean, I could go into insanity mode or rage mode and kill him that way. And then the bad part about that is, like I said, sometimes Byron will step in the way and it'll kill him. But you can use your insanity mode. I know that's part of the game, but again, I want to see again. See how he gets right in front of me? But I know whenever that killed him, I could have gone in, I could go in there and continue out the level. I don't have to do this right here, but again, I want to do this. You know, it's part of the game. But like I said before, be careful, because you can kill Dallas right there. I wanted to shut the door, but Dallas is right there in the way. So, and I also don't want him to die. So I got to be careful, keep an eye on where he is and how many enemies are surrounding him. But there's a lot of guys that come through here, but this does end, unlike the shower area with all those mainliners in there. See how he'll jump in, and then you kill him, then that leads to a bad end. You really got to be careful. Or again, if you're worried about that, just when I open that door, leave. I think I end up getting off the front there pretty soon, so I don't get stuck shooting Dallas. See, that's why I wish, like at the beginning of the level, I could have locked him up somewhat on part of that, just because he gets in the way so much. Again, I can't tell you, I probably played this 6 or 7 times just because I ended up killing Dallas. And you could move on. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world, but I wanted to keep him alive and get that good part of the ending.
Talk. Fuck you waiting for? Those creatures are everywhere.
And then, of course, if you're sitting there looking around, he's going to be talking, and that gets annoying after a while. Trust me.
You coming or what? You coming or what? Talk. Fuck you waiting for? Come on, Talk. This way. I think I know a way.
So like I said earlier, as soon as I went in there, even with Hargrave in there, I believe I could still hit the button and then just come and complete this ending. But what's the fun in that?
What? Oh yeah, this is it. Other side of these gates is the promised land, man. A way out. A chance at least. Man, if we can just get through these gates, they lead right out of prison. We'd be safe, man.
So here's one of these areas with the map that I was telling you about. You really want to kind of look at it, because to the left right there, that takes me to the end of the level.
Help me.
So I don't want to go out that until I save Dallas. So again, you just want to be mindful of where your exits are and not go out there if you're not planning on it. So that's where having the map is good. Because again, sometimes you can come back in and sometimes you can't. See, sometimes the trigger just doesn't seem like, sometimes you get that good rapid fire and then sometimes it kind of stalls, and I thought I'm hitting the guy and then all of a sudden he jumps on me. Even during this, I'm going towards the body instead of the head. I guess I figure I'm so bad at the headshots that at least hitting the body, I know I'm going to hit it. So I really need to work on that. I've only had like 40 years of gaming experience to get better at it, and I still suck.
You the man, Talk. You the man.
Your soul is strong, T.
Hello, officers. This is Consuela Alvarez. I'm looking for Ernesto, my husband. If anyone who hears this could have him call me on our home radio, I would be very thankful. Tell him everything is okay. We, myself and the girls, safe for now, though there seems to be a fire in the woods around town. And I think it might be closer. Please, please, please have him call me as soon as he can. And tell him I said I love him.
So I'm thinking I'm showing a little bit of the map area. Some of them are really good. Some of them aren't so good, but after a few times of playing. And of course you can zoom in and out on those. But that's it. I mean, this is kind of a long chapter part, however we want to call it, level. If you're going to fight everything and really enjoy what the game has to offer, or really you could probably do it in about 10 or 11 minutes if you skipped everything. So maybe on the easier levels, just play through it and blast your way through it and have a good time, and on the harder levels, skip. Hopefully people will still be able to get this. I think Amazon still has it. But anyway, that's it for this chapter. Hope everybody enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.